Hello everybody and welcome to an episode today where I'm going to tell you about what I've done, what I'm going to do and other great suggestions such as the small channel shout out. I'm going to put my teeth in and get started. Right everybody, so let's get started with what I've done, then what I'm going to do, and then we'll do small channel shout out. So what have I done since I last spoke to you on Sunday? I had an amazing chat with the gorgeous Yvette on her Stash Chats, which Yvette, if you don't know, runs Stash Hub, and she did a whole series. She's spoken to lots of great people, and I was very honoured that she invited me to come and chat. So if you'd like to see the chat that we had, I'll put the link below. It's on her Stash Hub YouTube channel, and in that episode we talk a bit more about my stash, things that you haven't seen. So there was more talk about my tidied stash, what I'm sewing right now, and also my journey that I've been on. And I know I've shared bits on here, but there's information in there that you won't have heard. So you might think, oh, I've seen your Q&A or I've heard this. I made sure that I shared some bits that people hadn't heard, so you're not like, you've heard that before. So do head over and give that a watch, because it was lovely to talk to Yvette, and she said some really lovely supportive things about how I feel about the sewing community and the encouragement I've received from you, and she was talking about that too. And it also gave me a chance to reflect as well, which was really nice. I have also planned a shopping and stay over trip with the lovely Christine of Gemini Stitches. If you haven't seen, because on Christine's channel she's already talked about this, Christine and I are off to the Guthrie and Garni. They're doing that on the Friday night. There's a Saturday and Sunday available as well on the 25th, 26th and 27th of January. They're doing like, I think it's like a designer sample sale of fabric or something. I don't know, it sounded fun. I've never met Christine in real life, so it was a great opportunity to meet up. We're going to stay in an Airbnb, we're going to try and go to Roy's and the rag market, and we're meeting up with Ruth and Becky and Adele and all sorts of things, and Christine and I are staying over for a couple of nights. It's just going to be great. So that's all planned. So let me know if you are going to the Guthrie and Garni, or if you're around on those dates in Birmingham, because I think we're going to do the rag market on the Friday and things. So if you want to say hi, we'll be around. If you've got any suggestions, please let me know those as well. So that's something I've been up to. What else have I been up to? I've been recording more podcast episodes with Jess of So What If I Sews. It is only 2 more days after this vlog comes out till the 17th of January when the podcast episode 2 comes out. And by the time this vlog comes out, we will have revealed that episode 2 is talking about loss of sewing mojo. So your sojo has disappeared. I know I've done a vlog on it, but it's very different. 2 people chatting about it, and in our usual style, Jess and I go off on a big old ramble and come back round again, and we have a sewing dilemma at the end as well. So don't forget, if you've got a sewing dilemma, you can DM me on Instagram, or you can email the sewing pod your dilemmas. We keep them all anonymous, but I'd love to hear what your dilemmas are. So episode 2 is coming super soon. I will put the link below of where you can listen as well. It is available on YouTube, but it's available on all your other podcast places as well. We've also recorded an episode with a guest, and we've got another guest episode coming up soon as well. So lots of exciting things with that. I've also been busy this week taking bookings for my in-person sewing social. I'm going to get my teeth in for that. If you've been umming and ahhing about whether you'd like to come, don't hang around is what I'd say. The email address, it appears at the end of my YouTube video, southernsewcial@gmail.com. I'll put the dates on the screen now. There's either 1 place left on one of them or 2 left on some of them, so don't hang around. If you've been thinking about coming, make sure you let me know. Email me and I'll send you the details. If you're wondering what it's like, it's based in HP 27 in Buckinghamshire, and it's really close to a lot of other counties and places. Lovely Julie comes up from Essex sometimes. I've had lovely Claire come up from Gosport, people from Reading, all over the place. It's well positioned, close to like M40, M25, A41, that sort of thing. And we run it from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. You don't have to be there the whole time. You come and go as you like. It's in our local community centre. There's parking less than 5 minutes away. There's accessibility parking. There's a cafe in the same building that you can use. We have a cutting table, a pressing table, and I limit the numbers to 14 as well, so that it's not too busy or too overwhelming. But if you have any questions, do drop me an email and I'm more than happy to answer them. And we have a wide range of ages and skills that come, so I'd love to see people there. There's 3 dates available, and if you're thinking I'm not sure about that or I'm too far away, there's another virtual social coming on the 21st of January. I'll put the dates in here and you can just get those tickets on Eventbrite. It's pay what you can afford, so donation. It's up to you, because you might not be coming to the whole thing, so you might just want to give £1 or something. If I get enough money, then I run a raffle, and that's another great way. And while I'm doing that, thank you to the lovely Cara of So Mad, who came to my virtual, and I'll link her episode below. Did a really lovely review of what it was like. So thank you, Cara. I really appreciated that. That was so nice. And I do it because I love helping people connect together, but it was so nice to hear someone else's perspective on it. And thank you to other people who came, such as Ruth and Jenny, and Bex was there as well. And it's just so nice. And Mary, you're always there. I love seeing you there. And Wendy comes. Dell's been a bit busy, but Dell often comes. And Diane, I love having you there because we get to talk about US word differences. There's Diane telling us that biscuit means something completely different in the US, and we're having a great chat trying to explain what we define a cookie as in the UK. So we don't just chat sewing, we end up chatting about all sorts of things. And Jacqueline shared her gorgeous paper piecing with us at the last one as well. And Christine's almost always there too, busy sewing away, helping me run it. So busy with those. I'm behind the scenes sewing a project and preparing a project for February, which I'm very excited to share with you. So they're the things I've been up to. With other things, I've also been up to grabbing myself from beyond the pink door some more of this. It's arrived. Yes, it's what I'm wearing. I'm making matching joggers, because if you haven't seen on Instagram, I am now the queen of the matching comfies. So these will be knocked up into sticking with the Stella joggers from Tilly and the Buttons, because they fit, I like them, and they're good shape on me. Can't wait. If you want to see how I've made them, make sure you follow me on Instagram, because I will put a picture up as soon as it's done. While I'm at it, I'll also show you that last weekend was supposed to be trouser weekend, wasn't it? Well, it didn't quite go to plan, because unfortunately I was a little bit poorly. You know that poorly where you're like, I just need to sleep. I need to pay attention to what's going on with my body and I need sleep. Well, that's what happened to me, and so I did. So Saturday, much to my frustration, I slept most of the day, but it was the right thing to do. And I did some sewing on Sunday, but it meant I didn't get to try the Onyx pants yet by Cosset Core, but they're happening this week. But I did do the Walk Boldly trousers, I think that's what they're called, by Pattern Emporium. So I've made them up. I actually don't need elastic in the waist, I've decided. I went for no pockets because I wanted a nice smooth line. I will move over here, put a picture and a video in here. I'm really happy with the pattern. The legs are very wide. So we're looking at that sort of width towards the bottom. But it's a really nice flattering cut. There's lots of pocket options. I'll put a picture in here of all the pocket options in the pattern. So I will definitely be making more, and maybe playing around with slimming the leg a smidge, playing with different pockets. Quite frustratingly, two of the fabrics I thought I could use to make these trousers, I can't. By folding it in, the legs are so wide. So what I'm going to do is take the closest I've got and see how much of the leg I'd have to slim down, because I really want to. But I did get, I'll put a picture in here, some leopard print ponte from Legend Textiles. It was £2.25 a metre, I think, so I'm going to make some up in that as well. And while I was on Legend Textiles, I also got this ITY, this red ITY. My goodness, it is stretchy, but this was £1.99 a metre, so this will be perfect when I'm trying out a pattern. It's sort of a sateen effect on one side and sort of more matte on the other. This would be great when you want to try something out at £1.99 a metre. So trousers happened, but not as many as I wanted, but that's okay. We just keep going, don't we? What else have I been up to this week that I can tell you about? I think that's been it, because there's birthdays happening in our house over last week and this week, so that's been a bit busy, and obviously working as well. What am I getting up to? So what's coming? So what's coming is Stella joggers in these, a Max T in this quilted sort of sweatshirting, because I thought it'd be great over the top of things. More trousers in these in different fabrics. More jersey fabric recommendations. So if you haven't seen my last week Wednesday episode persuading you to use your overlocker and sew in jersey, please do go and give it a watch. I'll link it below. I might try and put one of those cards in up here. But one of the things that people have said to me is it's not easy to find sort of more grown-up jersey patterns and fabrics, so my determination is to find them and prove them to you. So just regularly on my stories I'm going to share some and recommend them. Now I don't mean this kind of thing, I love this kind of thing and I love bright and colourful, but I'm going to start a little more muted, not much, but a little more muted, to encourage people who are maybe not feeling as brave as me, and then I'll build up and share some other great things. I mean, how can I not share the link to where to get this from? This is a fleece backed sweatshirting, but that's kind of in sort of a rolling program, I would say, on my Instagram stories, and I will do a highlights as well. While I'm at it, I paused there because I knew there was something I just want to put up here. I'm going to move over a bit. I'm going to put up here and a gorgeous comment that I got over on Instagram when I shared my pink Marlowe cardigan the other day. And this lovely lady said how I'm encouraging her to be brave with colour. And it's those kind of things that I really, really love. And it's really interesting that she's not the first person that's ever said that to me. I think wearing colour kind of encourages people to say it to you. One of my colleagues at work, and a couple of others as well, but one of them particularly, she always says to me, oh, I wish I could wear colour, help me to work out how to wear colour. So what I asked the other day on my Instagram stories was, would people be interested in me doing something on that? And people have said yes. So I'm going to plan a vlog. I'll focus it around sewing too, but how to get started if you're a little bit nervous, how to go for it a bit more, how to balance it in your wardrobe, because I fell into the trap of having too many patterned things and nothing to pair things with. So everything was like on their own, but you couldn't mix and match. So talk about that a bit. There's an amazing lady, if you don't follow her on Instagram, called Erica Davies. She's got books out. One of her books I think is called Leopard is a Neutral, and she talks about mixing and clashing patterns and things. But I'm preparing one for you, so if you're one of those people sat out there wants to feel in 2024 that you can be a bit more shiny, a bit brighter, bringing a bit of joy on a grey day like today, I'm here for you. I'm working with you, and I'm putting something together right now. I'm just having a look around. This week I have worn a lot of my matching jogger set, what I'm calling my secret pyjamas, so they're definitely a win. I'm really happy. I've worn the pink Marlowe cardigan a lot as well already. So coming up, oh, and I haven't shown you, I have done something else, hang on. Okay, there may be a noise in a minute as velvet falls off the shelf. Velvet does not like staying on the shelf, does it? So I did it. I've made the stretch cord jersey Sirocco. Hopefully by the time this vlog goes out, I'll have finished and can put a picture in here, because I've unpicked and redone a bit because the pockets felt a smidge baggy. So what I did was unpicked where the pocket bag ends, and I tucked it in and pulled it up further just to make that tighter there. So on the inside you've got like a little ear poking out here, where I've grabbed the pocket and pulled it in a bit, because every fabric is different when you sew like this, and you know, you could put stretch interfacing in, but that would make this more weighty. It's about the weight of it. I tried like understitching, you know, like where you stitch on the inside, but with this fabric, when I tried that, it behaved very oddly. Here, I'll show you here that it went very strange with the zigzag stitch. Might be hard to see, but trust me, it did. So pulling up the pocket bit a little bit will just make it a bit more secure in terms of not bagging down and hanging, and it's just a nice little way of getting that fit and that look that you want. So never be afraid to have a little adjust, a little unpick of the hole of where you need to. Just clipping it back in now because I've moved it around to show you. So I did the same on both sides. So there, little ear popping out there. We needed that little ear to come out a bit more actually. So it means that on the outside, this doesn't have so much spare fabric. And I've tried them on, I'm really happy. The shoulders were a bit long on this one on me, and again, it's weight of the fabric perhaps, because every fabric you sew with when you're doing stretch, you've got to think about the weight and the weight of all the fabric pulling on each other down. So I did take the shoulders up a little bit more than usual because I want to get it right. I am still undecided about what kind of sleeve, but I will try and put a picture in here. This fabric, by the way, is gorgeous, and it was nice and easy to sew with. It was quite thick to sew through lots of layers, but my overlocker did coat with it, but it's so snuggly. So there we go, so that's that done. So now on to sort of recommendation things. So small channel shout out this week. Oh, I've forgotten her name, hang on. Right, sorry, I looked it up. I know I didn't write it down, but then it went out of my head. So it's Chrissy Conley. I think I may have recommended her before. And I went and had a watch of her last time, but then someone in a comment said about her again. And I went and I really had a great watch of her most recent episode. So apologies if I have, and you're like, oh, heard her, or if you already follow her. But if you don't, do go and have a look. She shared great plans for this year coming. She's got a really nice, relaxed manner. Somebody said that she was a bit like me in her manner. She sort of is a little bit more like, oh, let's see what we can try as well. And I'm enjoying seeing her sewing room. And I think she's got plans for a bit more. I think because she said because she's continued her channel and everything, her husband's agreed to some exciting new plan, which I thought was amazing, so that's great. So that's my recommendation for that for you, and I think I will just do a book for you and call it sort of that today, because I've got so much in the pipework and so much to come that I don't want to overdo it today. So book recommendation for you is a book called H is for Hawk. It's been out a good while, the book, and I think they may have even made a TV series about it. It is a book that I cried like through various parts of it. Now that's not a bad thing to me, that's a good thing if a book moves me in that way. I don't know what you're like, but I am a person who does cry at TV and films. I don't mind. I'm quite proud of the fact that I feel emotions and things that can move me, and this book did that to me. It's about a lady who decides to take on a goshawk and train it. So, you know, like people have birds of prey. I can't remember the name of when someone does that, sorry. But it's a really long process to bond with a bird of prey, and particularly a bird like a goshawk. And it's a beautiful book about her own personal journey and her journey with the bird as well. And yeah, if you like nature, people's journeys, anything like that, it's a great one to read. And as I say, I think it is a TV program as well, but it was a while ago. But the book was beautiful. So that's my recommendation for you today. And finally, what I am wearing is something I've worn before. I will put a picture in here. It is the Mile End sweatshirt. I'm planning more. This one probably a bit oversized for me, but I used a mixture of two fabrics and a different colour binding. It is chilly today, so I've got a roll neck underneath. It's not really the kind of jumper I would normally wear one with, but I feel that this weather I need it. So yeah, loving my brightly coloured Mile End sweatshirt. It's just a great way to brighten up this time of year, which I know for lots of people is tricky, so hence why I'm doing some bits about colour and things everybody at the moment. I am planning, thank you for your feedback on the jumper edit, I'm planning that for you too. I've got some more free jumper printouts coming my way, so I did a big search for free patterns. I used CLC prints. This is the second time I've used them. Super impressed. The price per AO sheet, the speed and the support they do is fantastic. And this time, I'll let you know how it goes, I even got them to do some A4 pattern stitching together to print on AO, which is very exciting because anyone who saw my 2023-2024 review was one of the things I stopped doing was printing and sticking A4 patterns together of more than 10 pages because I really don't like it and I find it very frustrating. So finding a company who will do those where you can only get an A4 PDF is a joyful thing to find that they'll pattern stitch those together. Amazing. So I'll report back as soon as I've done that, but I highly recommend them as a company. If you haven't used them, give them a try. They have 2 weights of paper you can choose from as well, and you upload the pattern. Each AO sheet is £1.50, which is a very good price if you're in the UK. I don't know if they do international, but if you upload a pattern and it's 2 sheets, you just put 2 into the basket instead, so it calculates it correctly. And they're really helpful, and their live chat with a real person is really quick as well. They do like these pattern booklets of the instructions you can have printed and all sorts as well. So yeah, top tip there for you today. If you're looking for a different pattern printing company that you haven't used, I'm enjoying using them. Well, I hope you've had a gentle or good or enjoyable or fun or whatever works for you weekend. I like quiet ones. I keep searching for those, and I hope that you're ready for the week coming. I am ready to squeeze some sewing in between, as I say, and see what else I can create and share with you. I will film when I go to see Christine in just over a week time, so you can come along and see what it's like too. I might do some photos on Instagram as well, and I'll catch you soon. Bye.